Welcome. In this video, I will review home improvement projects that do not require a building permit. These exemptions can be found in the administrative chapter of the residential code, and in general, every building department follows these same exemptions, but there are building departments who adopt and modify these exemptions to suit their local needs. And it is worth mentioning that modifications made to the state building codes must be formally done through an ordinance at the local level.
Second reading and pass ordinance 2023-01.
However, the ordinance must be ratified by the Building Standards Commission in order to legitimize the changes to the codes for the local building department's enforcement. And it is in this site where you can find a list of all the California jurisdictions. And if a jurisdiction has submitted changes to the codes, then you will see the ordinance number of the jurisdiction. But if you don't see a number, it likely means the jurisdiction did not submit any changes to the codes. However, to confirm and/or to get a copy of your local building department's ordinance, this site includes an email that you can use to request a copy of your building department's ordinance. Now let's dive into these exemptions. The code exempts single-story accessory structures that do not exceed 120 square feet with no utilities, and providing it is not attached to any structure. Now it is worth mentioning that this exemption does not explicitly prohibit the construction of multiple 120 square feet structures on a property. However, check with the local planning department and confirm with the building department. If you are in an area prone to wildfires, known as wildland urban interface fire areas, the code now grants building departments the authority to request a building permit for structures that would typically be exempt. Fences up to 7 feet high are exempt. Additionally, keep in mind that local planning departments and public works departments often regulate fences, specifically those situated at the front of properties, so checking with them is also a good practice. Retaining walls up to 4 feet high are exempt. To qualify for this exemption, however, the retaining wall must not exceed 4 feet in height, measured from the bottom of the footing to the top of the wall, and it must not have a surcharge. A surcharge typically refers to additional loads placed behind the retaining wall, such as extra soil or structures. Water tanks up to 5,000 gallons that are installed on grade are exempt from a building permit. And very simply put, as long as they are not too tall compared to their width, in what is referred to as a 2-to-1 height to diameter or width ratio. Construction of sidewalks and driveways are exempt. But if your project connects to the public right-of-way, which is typically the area outside of your property where it ties into the sidewalk or street, then you might need an encroachment permit from the Public Works Department. Interior finishes such as painting, tiling, cabinets, and countertops are exempt from permits. However, if your cabinet and countertop work include new plumbing, electrical, or mechanical changes, then a permit may be required. Prefab swimming pools that are less than 24 inches deep and playground equipment are exempt. Window awnings supported by an exterior wall are exempt from a building permit, as long as they don't extend more than 54 inches from the exterior wall, and as long as they don't require extra support to sustain its loads. Small decks under 200 square feet in size that are not attached to the dwelling and are not more than 30 inches above the ground are exempt. When it comes to electrical work, there are several exemptions, and these include temporary decorative lighting installations. Replacing receptacles is also exempt, as long as no other changes are made to the electrical cables or outlet. Replacing fuses or breakers can also be made, provided the new devices meet the required capacity and are installed in the same location. Low voltage wiring and devices are also exempt. Some examples of this could be home security systems and landscape lighting system installations. Let us now move on to gas and mechanical work that is exempt from permits. Portable heating, cooking, or clothes drying appliances are exempt. However, if their installation requires changes to the plumbing, electrical, or mechanical systems, a permit may be required. Steam, hot, or chilled water piping within heating or cooling equipment are exempt. So an example of this would be the installation or maintenance of the piping systems that carry steam, hot water, or chilled water within heating or cooling equipment to ensure proper functioning. The next mechanical exemption is for self-contained refrigeration systems with 10 pounds or less of refrigerant or motors up to 1 horsepower or less. And basically what this boils down to are your household refrigerators and freezers. And moving on to plumbing works that are exempt from a permit, stopping leaks in sewer and water pipes are exempt. An example of this could be sealing a leak on a pipe. The key is that you are not replacing the entire pipe, just fixing a minor issue.
I hope you're not using the toilet, it's broken.
Clearing stoppages in sewer and water pipes is also exempt. An example would be removing and reinstalling the toilet to snake out a clogged pipe. Well, I hope the information in this video helps you make well-informed decisions. Please keep in mind that local building departments may have additional exemptions and specific requirements, so reaching out to them for guidance before embarking on your project is important. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you.